Hey guys, this is Bender Beer Man again, and today we are going to do some more work on this build out of this draft system. So I believe this is video 11. Today, we're basically doing the same thing we did on the last video. We're just finishing building out the last two secondary regulator panels. Yeah. So this might be kind of boring for you guys. I don't know. Maybe I'll think of something to actually talk about. So, how's everyone doing? I really wish I could live stream this because it would make it a little more entertaining to be able to interact with people at the same time. But can't do that till I get 1,000 subscribers. You know, fun times. So right now, I am just connecting the jumpers to the panel. Mostly, I really thought about not filming this, but I really want everyone to see how long this takes. So I'm really trying to actually do a video for every step of this process so that you guys can see it. Now, the last videos I did, I think were 2 weeks ago. I really haven't done much of anything to this system since then. But the install date is coming up. They're building out the cooler right now. It's going to be a custom cooler. I went in and looked at it and told the contractors what I needed, which was, 10-minute conversation. And basically what I need in there is a pass-through on the wall, because the way this cooler is going to be is like the wall's here, but on the other side of the wall, this is a direct draw, but it's kind of an offset direct draw. So here's the inside wall cooler, the wall of the cooler. The actual draft tower is going to sit here. So I'm going to have 6 inches worth of pass through to get all my lines through and to get cold air into there. Which is why this place is getting this cute little tiny blower. Look at it. Isn't it adorable? So it's going to blow, that's a 12 CFM blower. And it's going to blow cold air into the offset box. So I had to tell them where I needed the pass-through into the offset box. And I needed to make sure that I'd have 110 power right there. Which I do, so going pretty well. I just want you guys to see how long this stuff actually takes to do, which frankly isn't actually that long. Now, I mean, I do have experience doing this, so that does play into it. Yeah, those go down there. So, these ones on the top are just for the lines that are going to go to the actual draft tower. I'm going to have to sit down and... Getting attacked. I'm gonna have to sit down and do a little bit of math and figure out what length of line that I'm gonna need to go into there. But honestly, these secondary panels are going to be the furthest one away is going to be maybe 5 feet. So I'm going to use probably just straight 3/16 line which means that 6 feet of 3/16 line with a faucet and a coupler is 12 pounds of restriction. So since I have the jumper line on here, I need to remember what the tool. Need to remember what the restriction is on it, but it's not much. I think, given the height and I think the width of this and everything, I'm guessing it's only going to add maybe 2 pounds of restriction. So I'm going to have to sit down and do a little bit of math, figure out how much I need. But I think, honestly, 5 feet of the 3/16 line, I'm going to be okay. And then I just need to make sure I've got, I don't have too much restriction. I don't think I will. And the truth is you can fudge it a little bit. If you only have 11.5 pounds of restriction on there, if you got 12.5 pounds, it's basically going to pour the same. So yeah, this isn't the most entertaining thing, but like I said, I really want you guys to see just what's involved in doing this. Don't worry, after we get done with this, we'll go back to doing some more entertaining stuff. We should probably start talking about beer. What's you guys' favorite beer? What should I talk about? You guys want some history? You want some beer tastings? I still have I'm getting all the stuff together to make the jet-powered brewery right now. So we'll start that build out soon, which is going to be fun. Oh, I got a new phone. So, still having problems with the GoPro, so I'm filming this on my brand new iPhone 12 Pro Max. So tell me what you think of the video quality and the sound quality. There's nothing to it. I haven't done anything, so it's just the straight phone, the microphone on the phone, on a tripod, and set up there. I think it looks pretty good, honestly. There. This is ready to set up. I'll just go through and double check, make sure everything's tight, which I'm going to do again when I get there, so not really even worth doing here. Other than a little bit of tape. which we'll just tape this one up. No idea what we're going to talk about on the next one, honestly. Normally I'd be watching some bad TV on my iPad while doing this. Right now I'm watching through all of Young and Hungry, which is thoroughly entertaining. I wouldn't say it's a good show, but it's an entertaining show. Oh, you know what would work better than this? I just thought about it. Over time, the tape kind of gets gross, and I'm gonna do another one further up. The tape tends to get gross and kind of sticky, but if I got some heat shrink and cut it in small bands, big enough heat shrink to go over both, cut it in small bands and did like 4 per, the heat shrink would never come off. But the downside to that is you're actually supposed to change out the jumper line every year. And if you heat shrinked it, that would make it a lot more difficult to get off. It's too bad. It would be a lot nicer to deal with. Suppose you could just change it. You could heat shrink it and then change the heat shrink every time, but I think that would be kind of annoying. Last one we're taping up. Of course, you know, I'm telling you guys I want you to see how long it all takes and all of that, but I didn't video any of the planning of any of this, the meetings that went into that, or really any of the meetings. So, I mean, there were quite a few hours of meetings and then planning and then figuring out exactly what we needed to order to get this right. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I already have a good idea in my head of what I'm gonna have to order. I've got standbys on the parts that I order. After 10 years of doing this, like I've got the brands and stuff that I know that work well, that I like, last a good long time. And this one is done. I'll move this over here. Move this one over. I preset everything up so I had exactly out everything that I needed. Which I don't always do, but I do like doing it that way. That way I know that if at the end, like, I've got a part left over, I'm like, oh hell. So I go back through and make sure that I did everything right. Just a little check and balance on myself. Apparently someone is driving by. I'm in my garage. I don't know if you guys know this. This is my garage. But it sounds like someone's driving by who badly needs a new muffler. And then someone else is being a jackass. Of course, everything is put together with zip ties anymore, except for this one, which means that I'm too beer nut gaskets shy because it didn't come with its beer nut gaskets. That's okay. You can never have enough beer nut gaskets. Alright, now we're ready to assemble. Beer nut, tailpiece, beer nut gasket. Rinse and repeat. Tighten the beer nuts. You can wait to do this until it's hanging on the wall. It's just as easy. Mostly with this build out, I'm going in and it's going to be an evening, so I want to have as much ready to go as I can before I show up, so that I can just walk in, put these on the wall, zip, 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 screw them in, do all four. Then all I have to do is connect my CO2 to it, and then connect my beer lines, and it's done. So ideally, I'm hoping to be able to do this whole build out, the on-site, in a couple hours. Honestly, probably the hardest part about this build out on site is going to be carrying everything upstairs. Because yeah, this is an upstairs bar. So get a little flustered because I'm trying to think of something to talk about. Something that's entertaining, but really, like, there's not a lot to this. At this point, it's kind of like IKEA furniture. Tab A into slot B and hope that you have all the right parts and hope that you aren't left over. You don't have any parts left over. Basically, just a whole lot of. Once you know how to do one, the rest are just as easier. I guess once you know how to do one, you know how to do them all. Is a better way of putting it. Alright, now we go through, we put on our gas lines. Clamp first, onto the line, turn it so it's not going to be tangled. Make sure that you don't have another line run through it. And kind of roll it on and wiggle it around. Get your clamp set where you want it, and tighten. Done. You know what? We'll go ahead and tape it as we go. As I drop the tape. One. Two. Oh, I did have something to talk about. Yeah. So I've been rewatching Home Improvement. This show I find hysterical. I grew up watching it. And it makes me want to build all of that stuff and do a show out of here similar to Home Improvement or, Tool Time. I'm not as funny as Tim Allen, and I don't have a co-host. We need to find a co-host. Let me know if any of you want to be my co-host. I suppose I could start auditioning for a co-host. Though I don't have a lot of room. And which one of us would be Tim Allen? I don't think so, Tim. Oh. Well, let's be honest. I'm more the Tim Allen type anyway. More power. I have to learn how to grunt the way he does. That's 2. Now to tape it. Wonder how long we are right now. 26 minutes. That's not bad. See, another 10 minutes and we'll have this done. Another reason I'm not talking a lot is I actually had 3 of my wisdom teeth extracted Thursday morning. This is Saturday afternoon. So, little sensitive right now. Wasn't as bad as everyone told me it was going to be. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not something I want to do on a regular basis. But it wasn't that bad. Looks like I'm going to have enough electrical tape. I was actually worried that I wouldn't have quite enough. I'd have to switch to a different color. Which isn't a big deal other than the fact it would drive me nuts. Started reading the Viking Brew book about the Viking beers. You know, it was all farmhouse ales, which are super cool. I like farmhouse ales. But it makes me want to make one. Well, maybe after the jet-powered brew house, I'll make a, I don't know what, 13th, 14th century brewery. That'd be a lot of fun. Do it in the backyard. Alright, last one. Two more pieces of tape, and this one is done. I believe that's all the stuff I need to do to preset, except for doing the math on the restriction, and then cutting those lines. I may pre-install those into the tab tower itself. And that's it. Move that over. No parts left. A little bit of tape. My 2 wrenches. For this today, we used the faucet wrench. The other side of the faucet wrench is for beer nuts, right there. And a pair of stepless clamp pliers, crimpers, whatever. All right, guys, have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Bye.